Hello everyone, it's Luke Orticarb Studios and welcome to my review slash showcase of the 2020 May the 4th UCS set, the UCS A-Wing Starfighter. So this set comes with 1,673 pieces. It's set number 75275 and it is recommended for ages 18 and up. And this is the very first UCS set to have that age recommendation because I think this was, as M&R Productions has suspected, that it's a marketing move to try and aim these sets for adult collectors or an adult audience, which I can see why LEGO would do that, because they want to stretch out and get more people buying their products. So yeah, just looking at the front of the box, the A-Wing is in full profile there, and you can see like a white shade around the back of it, which is very cool. Sorry about the reflection, it is a black box, but yeah, you can see the white shading all around the back and it just looks awesome. You've got the A-Wing Starfighter up there, very cool insignias, and then Star Wars logo down here with the Disney, and then the UCS insignia or logo is up there. So there is the LEGO logo on the top of the box. We have the A-Wing Starfighter logo again, another Star Wars logo, and then the minifigure right there. And it is the A-Wing pilot, and it is the one and only minifigure in the A-Wing Starfighter, which is very reasonable. And that is the A-Wing at the back of the box, and you can see it on its stand with the UCS plaque at the bottom with the A-Wing pilot there. Then we have a couple more images of it, so the bird's eye view, front view, and then we have some we just got some numbers telling you how large it is, so that if you want to display it somewhere that you don't know the size of, you can measure it out. So this is the instruction manual, and it is the same picture on the front of the cover. It's the same picture as the front of the box, and if we open it up, we have a very cool picture there of the A-Wing on a shelf, like where you would display it in your office or something like that. And here I have a complete sticker sheet. So I'll get to this in a minute, but the first thing is Jens right there, the creative director for LEGO Star Wars, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. You can pause the video to read it if you want, and it just tells you some information about the A-Wing. Concept art, that's what it is there. Another like display picture with Jens right there, from the Last Jedi picture. Oh, there it is. So there it says, cockpit canopies are tricky. You can read this yourself, but if you want to pause it. And they talk about that, and then they say that it's difficult to put stickers on the canopy, the cockpit. So they say that they're going to include 2 sticker sheets for the cockpit. It seems that in the US, people have only got 1 sticker sheet of the cockpit and 1 sticker sheet of this. Whereas in the EU, I got 2 of these and 1 of the other one, the cockpit stickers. So that is odd, and I'm not sure how that's happened. But yeah, that's why I have an extra sticker sheet here left over. But I can tell that these probably won't be very valuable, because they'll be happening a lot. But yeah, there's a lot of questions and answers and stuff like that. Some more pictures there of everything about the A-Wing, and then we've got stuff about the brick separator, and then it shows you the bags and what the contents of the bags build. And yeah, there are 11 bags, so quite a lot. And then we do all the building and all that kind of stuff, and the black background looks very nice. I think I prefer the black background to the white background, because especially if it's like a bright ship, it kind of makes it pop a lot better, whereas if it's a whiter ship and it's on a white background, you can't really tell, unless you do like a red outline, which I know some instructions do. to show you what piece you need to put on next. And also I did find step number 340, gone past it. Oh, that was insane, the page that I just put it on. So right there you can see that that piece there, sorry I'm kind of covering the light, has been cut. So the image has been cut, which is kind of cool, I guess. I don't know if it's just in my instructions or in everyone's instructions, but yeah, that bit is cut for me, and I think that's quite cool. Although it is a mistake, not really a mistake, but just a misprint. It does look like add some detail value to this instruction manual that otherwise may not be kept by some people. But I'm definitely keeping them, and I will keep them all, my instruction manuals. This is a feedback to win thing that all of the April sets had, and then we have another picture on the back of the A-wing with a little insignia. So yeah, very cool instruction manual, and obviously the sticker sheet too. So the first impressions of the box are very good. I would say that this is probably the best design for the UCS box art that LEGO have done. Although the only other UCS set that I have is the UCS Slave 1, and the box art is completely different. And you can see which is this little, it's like all of the different Lego pieces, which Lego have been doing for the past year and a half almost. So yeah, it just spices it up a little bit, and it looks really clean. But yeah, now that we've looked at that, let's take a look at the A-wing pilot. So, the one and only minifigure in this UCS set is the A-wing pilot, and I can see why LEGO just included one minifigure, because there's only really one pilot that is piloting the A-wing. Although I guess they could have included a Lando Calrissian, but yeah, I can see why they didn't. But yeah, one minifigure, a really cool A-wing pilot. This is my second A-wing pilot, and he is in the proper colours. He's in the dark green suit instead of the light green suit, which LEGO have resorted to for the past couple of years. And he looks really cool. I am really enjoying the colours and the contrast of the white and the dark green. That really works well together. He's got his little vest piece on the front as well, and that is looking really cool. And how it just on the hips, the printing as well for the belt, and it just flows straight down into the leg printing, which looks very, very cool. Less printing on the back, which is a bit unfortunate because it is a UCS set and you're paying £180 for this, or $200, and you're only getting one minifigure. I would expect maybe some arm printing and some bit more back printing. The helmet prints are exclusive. The actual design and mold is not exclusive, but I am glad nonetheless. You can see his face there is a happy smirk, and if we turn him around, his second face is a bit more of a worried, panicked face, like if he's about to get shot down by Darth Vader or a TIE Interceptor. So yeah, two cool faces. And he also comes with this little blaster as well, and you can see the back of the helmet there with the blue printing on either side. That figure and the helmet is very nice, and add him to the collection of my minifigure collection, which I'm trying to collect every single minifigure, so stay tuned for another episode of that. So this is the famed A-wing that has completed the fleet and is now sitting on my desk. So yeah, I'm really glad to have this. This is my second UCS set, my first of which is the UCS Slave 1, and later on in the video I will put the two side by side to just do a little comparison of the sizes, so that you know what sizes they're going to be. But yeah, this is a very sleek looking design, with a couple little greeble pieces added along the way. And as I'm sure you may have guessed, the inside of the ship is all Technic, but you can't see any of it. I guess you can see a little bit if you take off the cockpit. Down inside there you can see some. But yeah, the whole main base is Technic, and it is fairly easy to build, but still fairly challenging. And then once you actually get through a couple of the first bags, you get into the proper building with the system stuff, and it gets really good. So that is one of the qualms that I have with it. There's quite a lot of technique going into it, which I know why there is, but I'm still not too excited to be building Technic. I would have bought a Technic set if I was that excited to be building Technic. But yeah, the whole just look of the ship really fits the type of ship that it's meant to be, and also the stand, when it puts it at that angle, makes it look very nice, and it looks like it's going at full speed into the stars, and it just looks very nice. And then the first couple stickers we have here are those two red triangles. Not really sure what they're meant to be referring to. The next stickers we have are these little triangle pieces, just little details put around the ship, and there's another one across on that side. And as we move back, this little angle here is achieved with a ball joint, and it's attached with, see how the plates are almost flush with the straight bricks plates, and that's because the ball joint is set off at an angle, and it gives it that flatness and makes it flush, and that's mirrored on the other side as well. So a very symmetrical build, but none of it gets boring. It's just I think the fins were the bit where I started to get a little bit bored, because I had to build 4 things that were very similar, which is not great, but it was okay. Then we also have the guns, and now these rotate 180 degrees backwards, and I don't know if this is an actual feature of the A-Wing in universe in Star Wars, but it is nice to have it as like a play feature, so you can have it shooting back at the TIE Interceptor chasing it down. But I don't think I've ever seen that in any show or film that's included an A-Wing. But yeah, that's a play feature. Then we have these little printed pieces that are slopes here. They're just extra detail added in. There's not on the other side, but yeah, very nice. Then the engine section, which is fully removable, you just grab it and then pull it out and it comes out. It's attached in, like, it's only attached in by one little piece at the back in there. So it's attached in there with that small little axle, which attaches into this little Technic piece there, and that just slots in there, if I can line it up. And then this little yellow piece also just fits in nice and snug in there, and yeah, that's how that fits in right there. And then we've also got these fins at the back, above and beneath the engines. So these are the thinner fins, and then that's a bit larger, and they are mirrored on either side. As I said just a moment ago, the build does get a little bit repetitive, having to build 4 fins, but for the most part this build was very enjoyable, and I didn't find most bits boring. But yeah, then moving just to in the middle, we've got a couple of greeble pieces just to add some extra detail, so that the ship isn't just perfect all the way. And then we have this risen bit here, which feeds into the cockpit, and the cockpit is removable, and it's just held in there by those couple studs there. And we have a chair in there, and I'll get to the stickers on the cockpit in a second. There is also a printed piece for the control panel, and we have a little joystick which can barely move backwards a little bit, like that. So that's how the ship is controlled. And then a big chair, which, as you guessed it, the minifigure doesn't really fit in, because this set is definitely not minifigure scale. But yeah, other than that, everything is basically a mirror image of this side. Apart from like a couple color changes on either side, everything else is the same. We've also got this little piece in here, which is creating the little gap that the A-Wings have. And I also like how LEGO were able to put in the triangular plates at the snot angle, so it's like a wall, and they used a couple snot bricks in there to get that effect. And then we have a little clip there with the middle piece. So yeah, that is very nice. And then we've got those two Nexonite shields, nice details as well. But yeah, now I think the last thing there is to talk about, the stickers. So first off, the difficult bit with the stickers was the cockpit, with these 3 stickers, the band over the top and the 2 on either side. They were very difficult to apply, like to get them at the correct distance from the edge of the cockpit piece. And by the way, this cockpit piece is exclusive to this set, so it's a brand new piece. So basically you've got these 2 stickers on the side that have a little jut up there, and then the band across the top, which you have to line up almost perfectly so that it looks good. Otherwise you will not have a second sticker sheet to do like a do-over. And then this sheet, I kind of messed it up. You can see the big gap at the top, and then there's very little space at the bottom. But yeah, the sticker talks about all the different things about the A-Wing, like the manufacturer, the length, engines, hyperdrive, shielding and weapons. You can pause the video and just take a look at that if you want to. And then a little stand for the minifigure with 2 studs right there. So he sits there. I'm not going to keep him on display, I'm going to put him in my minifigure box. And then here we have the actual stand, and it is a fully built Technic stand with a couple tiles on the top, just making it a clean finish. And you can actually have 2 different options. You can have it at that angle that I was keeping it at, or you can just put it like so, so that the A-Wing will sit straight up, and I'll show you that position in just a moment. And then just the back of the UCS plaque there. And yeah, not much else to talk about the stand, but there's a little square in the bottom of the A-Wing, which is where this bar fits in. So this is the little square on the bottom of the A-Wing, and you can see that it fits perfectly into the bar, and these 2 pieces on either side stop it from going any further. And yeah, that's how it sits on the stand. So the A-Wing is in its straight position, and then a scary moment where it jiggles a lot. Oh, there you go. And now it's at the angle position that I had at around the start of the video. Also, forgot to quickly mention the cockpit area. The control panel moves up and down, and then also the seat moves forward and back. So if you're struggling to put the cockpit on, you want to push the seat back like as far as possible, and then kind of slot the cockpit on like that, and then there you go, and it's in all nice and snug. So yeah, that is really all there is to talk about the A-Wing. Overall, a very good set with a couple of slight problems, but yeah, I think this is a definite buy. Maybe if it goes on sale on any sites, definitely buy it, but I think £180 is a fair enough price for this huge model. And yeah, I'm just going to go and quickly get my Slave one, and we will do a little size comparison with the 2 of those. So this is the UCS Slave 1 right next to the UCS A-Wing, and you can see that they are very sizable next to each other. Almost exactly the same length. Pretty big this A-Wing is, and it may look small on the box, but it's a lot bigger than you would think it is when you get it in your hands and it's all built up. So yeah, that's those 2 next to each other, and I'm just going to quickly get the Playscale A-Wing and put that next to this A-Wing to show you another little comparison. And the final little size comparison next to the Playscale A-Wing, and you can see that it completely dwarfs it, and the size is on par with all the other UCS sets, and by itself it works great as well. And I've just been trying to figure out where I'm going to put it, if I'm ever going to put it on my shelves at all. But yeah, Very cool set. I would definitely recommend that you get it if you can, if you have enough money to buy it. And I think that is going to do it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.